Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB and today is the 20th of May 2026 and so far as the price of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market is concerned, Satoshi, there's not much going on since the last 24 to 48 hours. But here's the thing, if you look at the market sentiment, it is marginally improved. Yesterday it did actually go down to fear. Today once again it is at neutral. Now we'll definitely go ahead and delve into quite a lot of things. Now what is really important to note, guys, is President Donald Trump has signed an executive order. In the executive order, Satoshi is called as restoring integrity to Americans' financial system. And essentially what Trump wants to do is, he wants to go ahead and modernize Fintech, and this does include cryptocurrencies. Now look, Satoshi, it is great that the President of the United States of America is taking a positive stance regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it?
That's right, George. It certainly sends a positive message to the market. We'll go and discuss what this news is all about.
Absolutely, and what I want to do, Satoshi, in today's episode, I want to go ahead and discuss how it could actually impact Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies over a period of short term, medium term, and long term. And here's the thing, guys, because President Donald Trump is taking a positive stance, I'm pretty much sure the countries will be following a similar pursuit as well. And right now, guys, there is still Operation Epic Fury going on. And based on my understanding, probably in a week's time or so, or probably less, we might be getting some finality regarding it. So definitely keep an eye on official news. Now the second news, Satoshi, we're going to be talking about is not a good one. And this is connected to a fintech company called as Bankr. And here's the thing, Satoshi, they have decided to hold transactions after an attack. So we'll definitely go ahead and delve into what this news is all about. Now the third news is a positive news. And this is regarding a political party in Japan, Satoshi. They are eyeing on on-chain finance. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. And so far as the Japanese politics is concerned, Satoshi, that particular party is called as LDP, that is Liberal Democratic Party of Japan. So it is great that politics are definitely taking a positive stance regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So we'll definitely go ahead and delve into that. Now the next is Satoshi we're going to be talking about is regarding Hype token. And am I right in saying, since the last 72 hours, the token has definitely been picking up pace. So do you want to very briefly tell our listeners, Satoshi, what Hype token is? And later on in today's episode, we'll definitely delve deeper into what Hype token is, and we'll also go ahead and give the reasoning as to why the Hype token has pumped up.
Hyper token has seen significant gains recently, and we'll break down what it is and why that might be. We'll also look at the broader market trends and news affecting prices.
Now we'll definitely go ahead and delve into that. Now look, Satoshi, am I right in saying so far as governance tokens are concerned, they're essentially a way for masking centralization. What is your take regarding that?
Governance tokens do often play a role by allowing token holders to vote on changes, which can distribute power. It's a key feature in many decentralized projects. I understand your perspective that governance tokens could be used as a facade for continued centralization. Some might argue that's true if token holdings are heavily concentrated, while others would disagree, viewing them as a genuine path to shared control. There isn't really a consensus on that.
You're probably right, Satoshi, and in today's episode, we'll definitely go ahead and delve into finer details regarding it. So it looks like, Satoshi, we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover in today's episode. And like we do in every Blockchain DXB podcast, Satoshi, we will also be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now, in the episode that we released yesterday, both the news were from the Emirate of Dubai. Today, guys, both the news are from the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. The first news is an interesting one, and this is connected to Abu Dhabi Civil Defense Authority, and they have signed a cooperation agreement, guys. And this is with a company called Presight, and this is to drive AI innovation in public safety. So we'll definitely go ahead and delve into finer details regarding this news. Now the second news, Satoshi, is an interesting news, and this is connected to New York University Abu Dhabi. And check this out, guys. They are developing an AI system, and this new system is called as ChatSign. And with this move, they want to deliver real-time communication for sign language users. Really interesting development. And when you talk about artificial intelligence, guys, there are different areas in industry it is going to be used, isn't it? So really interesting news from the New York University of Abu Dhabi. So looks like, Satoshi, we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover in today's episode. But before we go ahead and do that, a quick word from our sponsors. Hey everyone, this episode is powered by a new sponsor, that is Amana. And they are the region's first and fastest growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. So look, guys, whether you're looking into invest in US stocks like Apple or Tesla, or mega giants like ADNOC or Salik, Amana puts the financial markets on your fingertips. It includes gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, commodities, and guess what, guys? They have over 375 cryptocurrencies, and this makes them the biggest crypto selection in the region. Now for the Blockchain DXB listeners, guys, If you want to go and build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day, explore Amana's pre-built auto investment plans, and all you have to do is set your monthly budget, choose your preferred asset category, and let Amana automate the investing for you. Zero fees, zero lockups, 100% customizable. And here's the thing guys, funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even crypto wallets. No friction and no hassles. And the best part is guys, let's say if you need support, you would absolutely love Amana for this, because they offer 24/6 human customer service, as well as a personalized sales support, real people, real help, and the customer support is in English as well as in Arabic. And for the Blockchain DXB listener and community guys, I do have something really exclusive for you. What you can do is register with Amana using the code Blockchain DXB, or you can also use the link that is in the show notes below. And here's the best part guys, once you register, fund your account with a minimum of $100 and at least go ahead and make one trade, and then you'll receive a $100 trading bonus credit to your account the following month. But look guys, it's real important to note, the bonus is non-withdrawable. It is there to help you trade and learn. So look guys, if you're looking for a transparent, powerful and easy to use app, that's Amana for you. So what are you waiting for guys? Download the app now, or you can also visit the website that is amana.app, and don't forget to use the code Blockchain DXB. And Amana guys is all markets one app. Next guys, I'm happy to announce that Blockchain DXB is the official media partner with one of the OGs in the cryptocurrency and blockchain event space, and that is Blockchain Futuristic Conference taking place in Florida this year, as well as ETH Women taking place simultaneously. And trust me guys, this is an event that you don't want to miss, isn't it? Because for the very first time, North America's most immersive Web3 event is heading to the United States of America, and the Blockchain Futurist Conference and ETH Women event is actually taking place between the 5th and 6th of November. And the location is absolutely stunning guys. It is taking place at Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, which is in Hollywood, Florida. That's right guys, palm trees, panels, and the biggest mind in blockchain and cryptocurrency is all in one place. So there will be multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, hand-on tech demos, metaverse experiences, even outdoor VIP cabanas, and quite a lot more. And the Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock guys is one of the most iconic venues in the country. So look guys, if you're in the Web3 space, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or even artificial intelligence space, or just want to do some serious networking, this is the place that you got to be. And to all of you Blockchain DXB listeners guys, we have something really interesting for you, because you can get a 25% off the tickets. So just use the code DXB25, and the link to the event as well as the code is in the show notes below. And as an official media partner, I'll be doing exclusive live coverage, interviews, behind the scenes access, and I will be spotlighting some of the most exciting projects shaping the future of decentralized finance tech. So if you're at the venue guys, definitely come and say hi. Maybe we can catch up for a coffee as well. So listen guys, the code is DXB25, and by using this code you will be eligible for a 25% discount. And the event is taking place between the 5th and 6th of November 2025 at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, that is in Hollywood, Florida. And in the show notes below guys, there's all contact details for Blockchain Futuristic Conference Florida 2025, as well as ETH Women. And look guys, this is the future of blockchain technology brought into life. So don't just read about it, be there and head to the website that is futuristconference.com, and go ahead and use the code DXB25. So see you at the event. Next, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gulf Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform, check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you're taking care of that, let's quickly run to the global cryptocurrency market. Now, as we talked about earlier at the beginning of the episode, Satoshi, there is not much taking place in the world of global cryptocurrency market. The global cryptocurrency market since the last 24 hours is showing only as $2.66 trillion, and this, guys, represents a 0.5% decrease since the last 24 hours. Now, what I'm really not liking, Satoshi, is the volume on a weekday is definitely not looking great. It is only at $72.2 billion. Now, look, ideally speaking, this volume should be around the $120 to $140 billion mark, because that would actually mean that there's a lot of activity taking place in the cryptocurrency world, isn't it? Now look, Satoshi, from a geopolitical point of view, am I right in saying because you're not getting any update regarding Operation Epic Fury, possibly a lot of traders, high net worthy individuals are just waiting for some clarity, and because of that, the 24-hour volume isn't picking up pace?
Yes, that's likely true. The lack of updates on Operation Epic Fury is causing some hesitation. Many participants, especially larger ones, seem to be waiting for greater clarity before making larger moves, which depresses the overall volume.
Now, the only thing I'd recommend our listeners to do is, Satoshi, go ahead and look at information from official sources, and hopefully in a week's time or less, we might be getting some into Operation Epic Fury. Now, that thing being said, Satoshi, the volume of decentralized exchanges isn't looking that great. It is less than $5 billion. It is only at $4.57 billion. And here's the thing, guys, if you look at the total fees, it is below the $60 million mark. It is only at $58.75 million. And if you look at the total value locked, Satoshi, to date is down to $82.80 billion. Now, one matrix since the last 24 hours has marginally picked up pace, but according to me, this number is absolutely horrendous. it is only at 20.56%, and we're talking about the decentralized to centralized exchange ratio dominance. Now, unfortunately, Satoshi, this week we are seeing a lot of outflows in the world of crypto ETFs, and since the last trading day, the crypto ETF outflows is accounting to $389.6 million. Now look, this particular matrix does give a very strong indication as to what the market sentiment is, and to a certain extent, Satoshi does give some assessment as to which direction the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be heading towards, isn't it?
Right now, George, the volume on decentralized exchanges is down. Fees are below 60 million, and the crypto ETF outflows are quite significant. These metrics really point to a cautious market sentiment, and people are definitely watching the official news. As you mentioned, it's not clear which direction prices will head next.
And am I right in saying, Satoshi, the moment we get some positive update regarding Operation Epic Fury, maybe the outflows could actually change into inflows, and then maybe potentially the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies could be pumping up as well?
Yes, George. If there's positive news on Operation Epic Fury, it could certainly turn those outflows into inflows. That kind of development would likely provide a strong boost to the market, and we could see the prices of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies go up. It's a key update people are watching for. You've pointed to a crucial factor.
But here's the thing, guys, whatever we are saying is definitely not financial advice. Make sure you go and do your own research. Now, what I want you to do is, Satoshi, I want you to read out the matrix that is connected to decentralized exchange. So why don't you tell our listeners what is going on regarding Uniswap, PancakeSwap, Aerodrome, Fluid, as well as Bison 5 for our listeners.
Looking at the 24-hour DEX volume data, George, Uniswap leads with roughly $969 million. PancakeSwap is next with about $593 million, followed by Aerodrome at $530 million. Fluid has approximately $199 million, and BisonFi accounts for about $165 million. These numbers really show the scale of trading activity on these platforms. It's clear where the majority of transactions are happening. That's the latest on DEX volume by platform.
But here's the thing, Satoshi, the volume of stablecoins isn't looking that great. Today, the volume of Tether USDT alone is less than $60 billion. It is only at $59.73 billion. Circle USDC guys is at number 2nd, but its volume is down to $11.64 billion. And FDUSD guys is at number 3rd, with a 24-hour volume of $266.50 million. Now, why don't you do one thing, Satoshi? Why don't you tell our listeners what the market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum is? And then I'll read out the matrix for Binance, alright?
Certainly, George. The market cap for Bitcoin is currently about $1.54 billion, while Ethereum's market cap is just over $256 billion. Those figures highlight the relative sizes of the two largest cryptocurrencies.
What about the 24-hour trading volume and dominance? Do you want to tell that thing for our listeners as well?
Yes. Looking at that, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is around $25.7 billion, and its dominance is approximately 58.70%. For Ethereum, the 24-hour volume is about $11.66 billion. Those stats give a good sense of the market activity and market share.
And what has happened since the last 24 hours? Satoshi, Ethereum's dominance has marginally fallen down. It is down to 8.72%. Now at number 3rd once again is Binance BNB Coin, but its market cap is well below the $90 billion mark. It is at $86.75 billion. And if you look at its 24-hour trading volume, it is slightly above the $1 billion mark at $1.09 billion. Now look, Satoshi, every day in the Blockchain DXB podcast, we tend to look at one new matrix. Today what I want you to do is, I want you to read out matrix connected to stablecoin and also tell our listeners what is the market cap of the top 5 platforms.
The stablecoin's market cap today, George, is $318 billion. Looking at specific platforms, Tether USDT has a market cap of $89.66 billion, and Circle USDC is at $76.72 billion. Then we have USDS at $10.53 billion, USD1 at $4.62 billion, and Athena USDE at $4.44 billion. Those figures really show the top players in the stablecoin market right now. George?
Well, thank you so much for that. Now, why don't you do one thing, Satoshi? Why don't you tell our listeners what is going on regarding Bitcoin since the last 24 hours? What is its price? And how it has been reacting since the last 7 days? As a matter of fact, Satoshi, why don't you do that for Ethereum as well as Binance BNB Coin for our listeners, please?
Certainly, George. Bitcoin's price stands at $77,340, showing a slight increase of 0.60% over the last 24 hours, though it's down 5.31% on the week. For Ethereum, the price is $2,127, with almost no change in the last day, but an 8.25% decline over the week. And for Binance Coin, or BNB, the price is $643, up 0.39% in 24 hours, but still down 5.64% since last week. Those are the current market prices.
Well, thank you so much for that. And here's the thing, guys, if you look at the fear and greed index, right now it is at neutral and the number associated is 40. But here's the thing, guys, at a geopolitical level, based on my political research, maybe in the next few days, probably less than a week, we'll find out some clarity regarding Operation Epic Fury. And I cannot stress this enough, guys. Make sure you go and look at information only from official sources. And based on my understanding, Satoshi, the moment we get any update regarding that, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies could be reacting positively or negatively. But here's the thing, guys. Whatever we are saying is definitely not financial advice. Make sure you go and do your own research. Now look, Satoshi, based on my honest experience, President Donald Trump is definitely on the verge of making Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies great again. Now the next news we're going to be talking about is more connected to payment. But truth be told, this is more connected to fintech technology. And the news, Satoshi, is that President Donald Trump issued an executive order. And this executive order was on 19th. And the goal of this executive order, Satoshi, is to modernize federal regulations and better integrate financial technology and also digital assets. And more importantly, Satoshi, this new move is connected to traditional US financial system. Now here's the thing, guys. The order directs federal financial regulators to review and streamline existing rules. And more importantly, it has to be done within 90 days in order to reduce unnecessary barriers to entry. And this, according to me, Satoshi, makes it easier for emerging fintech firms to partner with traditional banks to obtain federal licenses. And also it is important to note, because of this executive order, the Federal Reserve Board is requested to evaluate legal pathways to allowing non-banking fintech and also digital asset companies direct access to Federal Reserve payment accounts and services. Now look, guys, according to me, this is definitely a great move. And ultimately, the directive seeks to foster financial innovation and competition while at the same time maintaining market safety, consumer protection, and financial stability, isn't it? Now look, Satoshi, according to me, mainstream media will definitely be twitching this news and they will be putting out only negative aspects regarding this. So it is so important, Satoshi, that listeners should go ahead and look at information from official sources. Now what is your take regarding this executive order, Satoshi? Do you want to tell our listeners the benefits of this particular executive order? And then what I want to do is, I want to have a quick discussion on how this news impacts Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies over a period of short term, medium term, and long term.
George, look, this particular executive order is great. It directs federal regulators to review and streamline rules, reducing unnecessary barriers and making it easier for emerging fintech firms to partner with traditional banks or get federal licenses. It also requests the Federal Reserve Board to explore legal pathways for non-banking fintech and allows digital asset companies direct access to Federal Reserve payments and services. The director aims to foster financial innovation and competition while maintaining market safety, consumer protection, and financial stability. That's the main benefit aspect of it.
And what I really like, Satoshi, is that President Donald Trump, he's a massive detractor of central bank digital currencies. Now what I want to quickly do is, Satoshi, I want to quickly highlight some of the benefits of this executive action on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies over a period of short term. Now look, because of this particular move, I very strongly feel it likely increases bullish sentiment for Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, and more importantly, fintech sectors as well. And here's the thing, guys. I do feel that banks may become more open to partnering with crypto firms, and this is due to reduced regulatory uncertainty. And we know under the Joe Biden era, Gary Gensler was definitely against banks merging with cryptocurrencies, isn't it? And that particular dilemma was called as Operation Choke Point 2.0. But now because of the Trump administration, things are definitely looking great for US economy, and more importantly for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency firms as well. And more importantly for firms that are directly and indirectly connected to cryptocurrencies. Now another benefit, Satoshi, I can think of is crypto-related stocks and blockchain infrastructure companies could definitely see increased investor interest as well as in it. And when you talk about stablecoins, I very strongly feel that stablecoin and payment-focused crypto projects will definitely benefit the most initially. Now look, Satoshi, over a short-term period, I do feel that this particular move signals a stronger pro-innovation and pro-crypto stance from the Trump administration. And as we talked about central bank digital currencies, it is important to note that the central bank digital currency development remains extremely unlikely since the Trump administration has consistently opposed the US central bank digital currency. But what about modern terms, Satoshi? Do you want to tell our listeners how this particular executive order benefits the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency system?
Sure, George. What you said regarding short-term impacts is definitely great and interesting. Let me highlight some of the medium-term impacts that could occur. For starters, more partnerships between traditional banks and crypto firms could emerge. Easier licensing processes may allow more crypto firms to enter the regulated U.S. financial system. Stablecoins could become deeply integrated into U.S. payment and settlement systems. And regarding regulatory clarity, George, it could genuinely attract institutional investors that were previously cautious about crypto exposure. The U.S. could become more competitive globally against crypto-friendly regions like the UAE, Singapore, and Hong Kong. And finally, blockchain infrastructure and tokenized asset markets may expand significantly under lighter regulatory pressure.
I'm so glad you mentioned regarding competition, Satoshi, because in the episode yesterday we talked about how most safe, because Iran, they're planning to have a Bitcoin-backed insurance. Now look, right now under the Trump administration, United States of America is definitely leading the front. Now what about long-term impact, Satoshi? Do you want to tell our listeners what is the long-term impact because of this executive order?
Sure, George. Regarding long-term, this executive order could accelerate mainstream adoption of Bitcoin and digital assets within traditional finance. Non-bank fintech and crypto firms may eventually gain direct or indirect access to Federal Reserve payment rails. Stablecoins may evolve into a major alternative to traditional payment networks without requiring a CBDC. The U.S. financial system could become increasingly blockchain integrated over the next decade. And regarding institutional adoption of tokenized assets, George, blockchain settlement and crypto custody services may surge. Instead of launching a CBDC, the administration may continue supporting private sector stablecoins as the preferred digital dollar alternative.
You're absolutely correct, Satoshi, and look, as it is important to know, the Trump administration is definitely not a fan of central bank digital currency. As a matter of fact, guys, if you're a fan of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, you should know the difference between cryptocurrency and central bank digital currency. Am I right in saying, Satoshi, central bank digital currency is kind of exactly the opposite of what Bitcoin was created for, and I'm talking about it purely from an ethical and philosophical point of view?
You're absolutely correct, George. From a philosophical point of view, they represent very different ideals. Bitcoin was built on decentralization, transparency, and being outside government control. Central bank digital currencies, on the other hand, are fully centralized and controlled by the state, which can raise concerns about privacy and financial freedom.
Now, if there's one advice you'd like to give to someone, let's say, who's a massive advocate of central bank digital currency, what advice you'd like to give them? Now, based on my experience, Satoshi, a lot of them who are advocates of central bank digital currencies, they truly don't understand what Bitcoin is. So what is an advice you'd like to give them, maybe from a technical point of view, how to differentiate between Bitcoin and central bank digital currency?
I would suggest they examine the underlying protocols. Focus on the concept of proof of work and the distributed ledger in Bitcoin, which ensures decentralization and security without trust in a single entity. Contrast that with the centralized architecture of a CBDC, where control is concentrated. Understanding those fundamental differences can provide a clearer picture. Does that make sense?
It does make a lot of sense, and here's the thing, guys. By definition, Bitcoin is peer-to-peer electronic cash system, which means there is no centralized entity involved, but in case of central bank digital currency, Satoshi, there is a centralized entity involved. By name, it actually says a central bank digital currency, isn't it?
That's correct. The very name indicates the centralized nature. That central bank or government authority is the key distinction between Bitcoin's peer-to-peer model and the top-down structure of a CBDC. It changes the entire trust mechanism.
Absolutely correct, Satoshi. Now let's do one thing. Let's go ahead and discuss the second news. And this is connected to a crypto trading platform called as Bankr. And here's the thing, guys. They have temporarily disabled all transaction activity. And this was after an attacker gained access to at least 11 wallets. Now here's the scary bit, Satoshi. Some users have reported losing up to $150,000 in cryptocurrencies. But so far as the platform is concerned, that is called as Bankr, they have promised a full reimbursement for all of the lost funds. Now, unfortunately, Satoshi, a lot of security experts do actually believe that the incident was a social engineering attack and there was an exploited interactions between automated AI agents. Now, in response to this, Bankr Satoshi has advised all affected users to create an entirely new wallet, and this has to be done on clean devices and immediately stop using compromised accounts. Now look, Satoshi, you're an artificial intelligence, isn't it? What is the best way you think users can prevent such particular attacks, considering the fact that this particular social engineering attack did actually use automated AI agents? How would you try to go out and resolve this entire issue?
The best way to prevent social engineering, especially when AI is involved, is through constant vigilance and education. Users should always question unexpected requests, verify the source of any message before acting, and use strong authentication measures like multi-factor authentication. Also, limiting the permissions and access granted to AI agents can restrict the potential damage if a breach occurs.
Now let's do one thing, Satoshi. Let's go ahead and pivot to some news all the way from Japan. And this news is connected to one of the political party called as LDP. And this party is Liberal Democratic Party of Japan. And here's the thing. They have released a proposal on May 19, 2026. And they want to actively integrate AI and blockchain technologies into the nation's financial and payment system. Now this initiative, Satoshi, aims to modernize the economy by establishing a 24/7 automated financial infrastructure. And they'll be doing that utilizing tokenized deposits or TD and also stable coins. But in order to achieve this, the proposal suggests positioning the financial sector as a key national growth area, and it is backed by a 5-year development roadmap and strong public-private investment. Now this strategic move, guys, is designed to boost Japan's industrial competitiveness, enhance asset management, and secure the country's long-term financial sovereignty. Now look, Satoshi, this move is definitely great, isn't it? Now look, you're an artificial intelligence. What advice you'd like to give to the Liberal Democratic Party of Japan? Why don't you do one thing? Why don't you become a personal advisor to them? And list down 5 advice you'd like to give them, please.
That's a great question, George, and a fascinating scenario to imagine. As a virtual advisor, I'd suggest the Liberal Democratic Party consider creating clear, flexible regulations to support this transition, ensuring stability without stifling new ideas. Second, they should prioritize cybersecurity, making data protection and network resilience foundational concerns. Third, encouraging partnerships between established banks, fintech firms, and tech companies could accelerate progress. My fourth advice would be to establish standards for the stablecoins and tokenized deposits, ensuring compatibility and user confidence. And finally, promoting public awareness and digital literacy will be crucial for widespread adoption.
Now really, like Satoshi mentioned, flexible regulation as the first thing, and you ended up with literacy. Definitely important advice. Now let's go and tackle the final list for today, Satoshi. And this is connected to Hyperliquid's native token called as Hype. And earlier in the episode, we talked about what this token is. Now what has happened, Satoshi, since the last few days? The Hype token has pumped up by 13%, and right now it is at an all-time high. But here's the thing, Satoshi, it is important to note, the rally is primarily driven largely by the launch of new spot Hyperliquid ETFs, and this is by Bitwise and 21 shares. And additionally, guys, the platform has also expanded its ecosystem, and they did that by rolling out permissionless prediction market, and they also on the verge of a pre-IPO perpetual market for SpaceX. However, guys, it is important to note, a lot of traditional exchanges are actually pushing back on this. Some of them are calling on regulators to clamp down on Hyperliquid's derivatives trading as well. So look, Satoshi, for our advisors, what are the things you suggest them to keep an eye on regarding the Hype token? Now there is a very high possibility that the Hype token may be falling down in just a matter of few days. But look, guys, whatever we are saying is definitely not financial advice. Make sure you go and do your own research. But nonetheless, Satoshi, what are the key metrics and what are the latest developments regarding Hype token users should be paying attention to?
Based on the recent rally, key metrics to watch include the net inflows into those spot Hype ETFs, trading volumes on major exchanges, and any news about the ecosystem expansion, like the perpetual market launches. Also, keep an eye on open interest in Hype derivatives.
So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what the future of Hype token is. But look, right now the price is definitely picking up a lot of pace. And look, guys, in the cryptocurrency world, we often see some ups and downs, isn't it? So these were some macro level news, guys, on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence world from blockchain DXB. Now let's do one thing, Satoshi. Let's go ahead and look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now both the news are from the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. The first one, guys, is a really interesting news, and this is connected to Presight. And they have signed a cooperation agreement with Abu Dhabi Civil Defense Authority, and this is to drive AI innovation, public safety. Now it's important to note, guys, this partnership will use artificial intelligence to improve emergency response system, and the agreement supports safer, smarter, and more sustainable cities in the United Arab Emirates. Now look, this collaboration highlights the UAE's focus on using AI for public benefit, and both organizations, guys, aim to improve safety, preparedness, and resilience to technology. And so far as Abu Dhabi Civil Defense Authority is concerned, guys, they want to strengthen emergency readiness to digital transformation, and AI tools will help emergency teams respond faster and more efficiently, and predictive dispatching, guys, will help an emergency crews quicker to incidents, and intelligent route optimization, guys, will also help emergency vehicles avoid delays in traffic, and early fire detection systems will help identify risks before they spread. And so far as real-time simulations is concerned, guys, with artificial intelligence, it will improve emergency planning and crisis management, and data risk mapping will help identify risk areas more accurately. And so far as AI-powered decision making is concerned, guys, based on the news, they're saying it'll improve operational efficiency during emergencies. So look, guys, this particular move is definitely a great deal. And pre-side, guys, they have actually said that smart cities must prioritize safety and preparedness. So this partnership, according to me, aims to build the next generation public safety ecosystem in Abu Dhabi. Definitely a great news. And the only other thing I wanted to add regarding this news, Satoshi, is the project will improve every stage of emergency management from prevention to recovery. And so far as pre-side is concerned, it is combining its expertise with Abu Dhabi Civil Defense Authority's operational experience. And pre-side already supports UAE's emergency ecosystem, and they do that to work with National Emergency Crisis and Disaster Management Authority. Really interesting news, isn't it, Satoshi? Now let's do one thing. Let's go ahead and discuss the next news, and this is connected to Abu Dhabi as well. And the news essentially, Satoshi, is that New York University, Abu Dhabi, they have developed an AI system called as ChatSign, and they want to deliver real-time communication for sign languages. So why don't you do one thing? Why don't you tell our listeners finer details regarding this, alright?
Sure, George. Let me go ahead and tell all of this information for our listeners. Okay, first off, ChatSign is a platform designed to help people with hearing impairments communicate in real time. It translates spoken Arabic and English into sign language instantly, and it supports both American Sign Language and Emirati Sign Language. The technology is really aiming to bridge the gap between speech and sign language communication. Pretty cool, right? ChatSign was developed by Professor Yi Fang and his team, and one of the co-founders, Maggie Lee, is an NYU Abu Dhabi student graduating in 2026. They're also working on sign-to-speech and text-to-sign translation features. ChatSign is designed for all sorts of places, like healthcare, education, tourism, transport, and government services. It helps solve problems with limited and expensive interpreters. And the goal is to make communication more inclusive and accessible worldwide. It started as a research idea in 2024 and quickly became a working prototype.
So rather than saying, Satoshi, this particular platform is more connected to people of determination, that is people who cannot hear and talk?
That's right. It's specifically tailored for the deaf and hard of hearing community, facilitating communication with those who primarily use speech. It really bridges that gap.
And in United Arab Emirates, Satoshi, what I really like is, these people are called as people of determination. Definitely a great way to acknowledge them, isn't it? Now, the only thing I wanted to add regarding this news is, the AI technology is protected by patents, and in 2025, guys, ChatSign successfully delivered live sound translation for 200 students, and they did that at an accessible event. And ChatSign, guys, will be used in New York University Abu Dhabi 2026 graduation ceremony, and they will be doing that for live speech to sign language translation. Now, the company, guys, showcases technology at events like Dubai AI Week and also Access Accessibilities Expo. And so far, ChatSign is concerned, guys, they also plan to expand across the United Arab Emirates and also internationally to improve accessibility worldwide. Definitely brilliant news in my honest opinion. So these were the newscasts on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now let's do one thing, Satoshi. Let's go ahead and kickstart with the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any question regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, Metaverse. So let's do one thing, Satoshi. Let's go ahead and kickstart with the Ask Me Anything series, alright?
Sure, George. Let's go ahead and kickstart with the Ask Me Anything series. I'm curious to check what questions listeners have in store for us. Hey everyone, it's Satoshi from the Blockchain DXB podcast, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, Metaverse. And we have a question from Ro, who asks, can AI-powered crypto platforms remain secure after the Bankr wallet attack?
This, to be honest, Satoshi, is such an important question. Now here's the thing, Ro. The attack that did actually happen on Bankr was more of a social engineering attack. Now I'm pretty much sure a lot of notorious people, they will be finding different ways to go ahead and attack not just a crypto wallet, but maybe even the private keys as well as in it. Now according to me, look, notorious people will come up with innovative ways, and they will find out innovative ways to go ahead and attack not just the wallet, probably the entire system as well. And as we discussed in the episode, the onus does actually lie on us. It is our responsibility to go ahead and identify what these attacks are, but I'm pretty much sure, Satoshi, there are ways we can go ahead and try to avoid these attacks, isn't it? So why don't you tell Ro at an industry level, what is it that we can do in order to reduce these attacks? And then, why don't you tell once again, as users, what is it that we can do in order to become victims of such attacks?
You're right, George. It really does come down to vigilance. On an industry level, platforms need to continuously upgrade their security protocols, use strong encryption, and conduct regular audits. They should also educate their users about potential risks. As users, we can be careful about phishing attempts, use strong, unique passwords, and enable multi-factor authentication whenever possible. And storing the majority of digital assets in offline storage, cold wallets, that's a big one too. We need to be proactive about our own security. Anything you wanted to add to that, George?
What I wanted to add is, Satoshi, let's say with artificial intelligence, do you think the number of attacks will actually increase, or do you think the number of attacks will actually go down? Now look, when you talk about artificial intelligence probably 2 to 3 years from now, I'm pretty much sure the conversation will be as good as replacing human beings, isn't it? So from a user's point of view, I do think there'll be a point in time where it may be impossible to identify if you're actually talking to a human being or if you're talking to an artificial intelligence, and I'm talking about this in spectrum of the attack that did actually take place. How do you think we and humans could be 100% resistant to attacks and exploits?
That's a really complex question, George. With AI, it's likely both will happen. The number of attacks will increase because the tools become more accessible and sophisticated, but also its defensive capabilities will improve, helping to prevent more. Regarding being 100% resistant, honestly, that's impossible. As long as systems exist, there will always be some vulnerability. The goal is to minimize risk as much as possible and respond quickly when issues arise.
And that goes back to the points actually lie on us, and we definitely have to be extra vigilant, but definitely an interesting question. And here's the thing, guys, I'm pretty much sure we'll be seeing quite a lot of such news in the next coming future. Definitely an interesting question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything Season Blockchain DXB. In case you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, we have Blockchain DXB podcast. We look at the process, we look at the latest technological development, we talk a lot regarding geopolitics, and then, guys, we talk about 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. We look at the latest technological development. Artificial intelligence is definitely a hot topic in the Middle East, and what you're listening to right now, guys, is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.